Hey, what's going on? This is Blake from the Sticky Buttons podcast, and this is OlliOlli World. This is my game of the year for 2022, and it recently became a free-to-play game as long as you have the subscription service for PlayStation Plus. So I'm just kind of gonna be doing a quick little run through some of the first opening levels, and one of the things that I just love about this game is just like the flow of it and just having a great time. And I'm hoping that Brandon's gonna pick this game up, and one thing that I never had is I never had anybody to kind of compete with and chase high scores with. So I'm kind of hoping that you can kind of see where it says your previous best, and it'll say like leaderboard and friends. I don't have any friends right now that have this game. I actually had it on the Switch originally, so I'm pretty sure that Brandon's going to pick this up. Maybe somebody else on my friends list will pick it up as well. So they'll be able to see my scores, and it'll just be something nice that they can do and kind of chase scores, I guess. So I'm very excited for that. When Brandon hops on, he'll be able to see my score and see if he can beat me. But I really doubt it, just because I've kind of played this whole game. So one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through the levels once, and I'm just gonna, give it a one-shot, honest take, nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna try and do any crazy high scores. So we'll see how Brandon, does with this. But I thought this would be a great activity to kind of do and talk about some of the gaming news from this past week. So before I get into that, though, I just want to give a quick little pitch for this game. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love this game. I mean, this is my game of the year, and I just absolutely love these characters. This is Mike, Susie, Dad, and Chiffon, and I just love them. I'm skipping the dialogue, for the sake of the stream, and just to kind of continue on in the flow and get as much as possible in the, or I guess get as much, see as much of the game as you can. So I'm just going quick and skipping the dialogue, but this is just a reminder that the characters and story are actually awesome, and they're way better than they had to be. This game is just about just pulling off tricks, having a good time, and just being in that flow. Oh man, I totally lost it there on the stairs. Yeah, I mean this game is just all about just having a great time. So I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. But yeah, the people in the story or the characters in the story are actually surprisingly good. So I would definitely check that out. If you haven't, definitely don't just skip through them. They're really good. And so I guess we're just going to kind of move on to some of the news for the week. I thought this would be a good platform to do it on. Just because it's kind of just a lo-fi kind of game, a lo-fi experience. So I figured I'd be able to chat about this week's news and not get too distracted by the game, and kind of just talk about some of the news stories that happened this past week. So there were some notable game releases that came out this past week and the week prior, and Dead Space is one of them. I never played Dead Space, but I'm really kind of excited that it came out. It got good reviews. It's kind of a survival horror game, which is not something that I generally go for, but I don't know. I'm really interested in Dead Space. I think it would be really cool to check it out, maybe in spooky season, or it's something that I've never experienced the game before. So I think that I'm always down to try new things and new experiences, and I think that that's one that I'd be interested in. So I guess this is this game came out on 360, and I had a lot of friends that played it in high school, and it just never really picked it up for whatever reason. But I'm really happy that there's a new remake From the sound of the reviews, it was pretty faithful, and he did a good job. So, very interested in checking that out eventually. I think I'm gonna wait for a sale, but very cool that that exists. Another one is Deliver Us from Mars. Now, this was on a PlayStation Direct. What is this? A combo? Am I doing it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this combo is. Is that it? I don't know what I did. Is that a combo? Okay, grind, release, clear the gap, hold, keep moving. Okay, I think it just wanted me to clear the gap, and I don't know what it's asking me to do. I guess I'm doing it. I don't think I did it enough though. Clear the... Oh. Okay, you can increase your combo by jumping from grind to grind between combos. I have 5 combos. So I think that's a combo. So that should count as one. Okay, alright. I didn't realize that that's what the combos were. Okay. Did that count? That didn't count. Oh, that did count. Okay. That should have... Okay, that counted as well. Okay. Alright, so then that should be 4, and then... Okay, and then this should be it. Should be good to go. Alright, we got it. Completed that tutorial there. Alright, so yeah, so Deliver Us from Mars. It was a game that, you know, was advertised on the PlayStation Direct, and I didn't realize this, but it was a sequel to a 2008 game called Deliver Us the Moon, which I thought was very interesting. I didn't realize it kind of looked more like an action game, kind of similar to that of the like Tomb Raider games. I think I just... Yeah, I clicked that one. But yeah, I guess it's more story based, which I thought was kind of interesting. From reviews, I mean, it came out. I think the reviews were okay. It said it was, I don't know, more of a, I guess, a story game than I thought it was gonna be. So I don't know. I'm interested in checking it out, but I think based on the reviews, I might hold off. I didn't realize that it was a sequel, and I didn't realize necessarily that it was more of a story game than, I guess, an action game. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of sci-fi games that are going to come out this year. Starfield and No Man's Sky just got a big update, so I think I'm maybe sci-fi'd out. I mean, not sci-fi'd out, but I don't know if there's necessarily room for another one at the moment in my gaming list. But yeah, I guess another game that came out this week was Hogwarts Legacy, which, you know, obviously the politics of it are a little bit complicated, but my kind of view on it is, if you like the Harry Potter universe, you shouldn't let somebody else define your experience with it. And, you know, it got really good reviews, which I'm really excited about as a Harry Potter fan. And, you know, there are just thousands of people that worked on this game, so I think that it's definitely arguably more important to check it out because of the 1,000 people that worked on it, instead of the creator maybe not being a good person. But I am really excited to check it out when the time comes. You know, I mean, it's February. I don't necessarily feel like I want to have like a school RPG in my life at the moment. I don't know. I think that I'm probably gonna pick it up in the winter or fall, which I kind of, kind of feel like Harry Potter's more of like a Christmas kind of franchise. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I mean, you are a student, so I guess picking it up in the fall might be something that would interest me just on the general timeline of our lives. I feel like I'm a very moody gamer. Like, I like to play games based on different kind of moods, and I think that picking that up in the fall would be a great opportunity to kind of get in that student life mood and just have some cool story to check out. So I'm very excited about that when the time comes. But wow, look! I mean, honestly, I just love this game. Man. Look at this level. This is like the background. I think that's awesome. Just another reason to check this game out. It's free on PlayStation Plus this month. So much fun. But I guess the last bit of news that I wanted to I guess this is a tutorial. What was this? You can tune your speed. Oh, okay, got that. Easy peasy. So I have played this game before, so I wasn't too worried about the tutorials, but that last one kind of, I don't know, I didn't realize what it was asking me for. But yeah, so this Nintendo Direct, they announced a ton of stuff. I'm really only going to talk about the things that I was interested in, personally. Metroid Prime remake, that looked very interesting to me. I know that Brandon's a little bit more interested in that than I am, but it kind of just looks like a first-person shooter based on like, the Metroid IP, which is very interesting. I think that that's kind of cool. Anytime there's a first-person shooter on the Switch, I'm interested in it. I mean, I normally won't pick it up, but I think it's worth checking out, or at least worth putting on your radar. There's some new Mario Kart expansion packs that were announced, which I guess some new courses, and I think Birdo was announced as a playable character, so that's kind of interesting. I've always liked Birdo. I always thought they were awesome, so that's good to see that they're there, and that they're a part of it. It's kind of funny. I haven't really bought into the Nintendo like Switch Online expansion plus pack, or their premium subscription. I didn't buy in until after this Direct, actually, just because I've been really interested in getting the Mario Kart stuff, but I've never, I don't know, I just haven't pulled the trigger, just because although there's some really cool courses, it just didn't feel like enough for me. And thankfully, they did some. I've always wanted to do it. I just have never really felt like there was anything there that was worth me getting. And they announced Game Boy Advance, and that's going to be it for me. I mean, I love Game Boy Advance, so they also announced Game Boy, so both of those systems are now on that expansion service, and I think that that's really awesome that they did that. I mean, I'm currently playing through the new Zelda game that they released on that. So I guess it's Zelda Minish Cap, which is something that I played as a kid, so I'm really excited just to play through that. And I picked it up once or twice, and I've honestly surpassed where I was as a kid. So I know it was challenging for me as a kid, but I was able to get to further than I had been. So that's exciting for me. So I'm really excited just to continue on checking out that game, and I think that's really cool that they have that as part of their subscription service, because the cartridges for those games they're really hard to come by, and it's really sad when the only way to play a game is to buy a cartridge, a Game Boy Advance cartridge off of somebody, and the Minish Cap ones, they were going for over $100, and I just think that's a little ridiculous, and it's hard to justify that. um, as an adult, you know. So very excited that that's, you know, playable on this subscription service. So very happy. Oh, jeez, what happened here? Okay. Lobster Lanes. So very happy that that's something that we can play now. So very excited to dive into that. I'll probably talk about that a little bit more on the show with Brandon when we get a chance to record. But another big thing was Tears of the Kingdom. We had another trailer for that, which I'm pretty excited about. I put about 100 hours into Breath of the Wild, and that's about when I completed it, defeated Ganon, and then I bought the DLC, and I put some more time into it since then, and I completed one of the DLC packs. I guess I didn't complete everything in the DLC, but I got or I completed the main story of the season, the song of champion song or something, song of the the Ballads of the Champions or something. Whatever the DLC name was for that. I finished that quest and had a great time with that. And after you complete that, you know, you get the Master Cycle, which is just really awesome to be able to cruise around Hyrule on the Master Cycle. And I just had such a fun time with that. So very excited for the second one. I mean, I don't really know I don't think we know any more than what we did previously, but you know, I'm still excited for it, and I think it's going to be a good time. I do think it's interesting that the original Breath of the Wild, it kind of feels more like high fantasy, but the Tears of the Kingdom, it really kind of just feels more like, I don't know, it kind of just looks a lot darker, a little bit more gothic. So I'm interested to see where that goes. I mean, I personally prefer high fantasy a little bit more than dark fantasy and gothic fantasy. But it is really cool to see Link with, I guess like I don't know what it is. Like it's like a claw on his arm. I don't know what it is, but it looks really cool. Very excited to see what that is. It kind of looks like that has the same functionality as the Chica Slate, so I don't know. Very interested to see how that kind of pans out. And I don't know. I'm interested in that, but I don't know. I'm obviously I'm worried about performance. You know, I think that the Switch is really kind of reached its I don't know if it's reached that. It certainly hasn't reached the end of its life, but man, it's really a very drastic change between, you know, the Switch and anything else. And I'm starting to see that more and more with more and more games. So I just hope it runs well, and you know, there's all kinds of speculation on, you know, new hardware and whatnot, but I don't know. I think I'll just put my faith in Nintendo, I guess. But well, I guess that's really all I had. So thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a little news recap for the week and some OlliOlli World. So thank you so much for tuning in. Brandon and I just released an episode where I talk about Steam Deck, the Steam Deck that I got recently. Brandon talks about some 2K. So we have a nice chat over there. So check that out. I think that was episode 67. And we just released that this past week. So thanks for tuning in. And I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.